The creature didn't notice Thorn, but what she can see was an outline of a cat creature. She can see the outline because of the light flickering in the hallway that illuminated the area. Thorn had her pistol in her hands and was about ready to shoot down the cat creature. As it turned to see Thorn, it had its eyes of a cat with fur covering its body. It was the ferry driver from Moonscar Island. The cat creature stared at Thorn before it made a hissing sound, followed by a loud cat shriek. Mystery Inc. woke up, feeling startled when they heard a shriek of a cat. Daphne, Fred, Velma, Shaggy, and Scooby woke up, wondering what the hell was that sound. What the fuck was that? Daphne groaned as she heard more shrieks followed by gunshots. We better go see what's going on, gang, Fred said as he armed himself with a shotgun. Someone might be injured, Velma said, as all the gang ran out of the bedroom. They saw Thorn with a gun in her hands. She was caked in dry blood, and the cat creature's lifeless body was on the floor. Zoinks! Like what the hell happened? Shaggy shrieked. There was a scream out here, so I went to see who was screaming. When I saw this cat creature in the hallway, and then it attacked me, Thorn explained, while shaking in fear. I shot it multiple times. Fred and Daphne moved the body onto its back. It was the ferry driver from Moonscar Island. The gang were surprised as Jacques had been shot multiple times on his chest. The bullet holes surrounded the cat creature's chest. Most of them were bleeding, they saw. Why are you caked in blood? Daphne asked as Thorn revealed the arm. The wound was opened back up from when a zombie attacked her before. He tried to attack me, and when he did, he screwed up my arm, Thorn replied, starting to feel a bit of drowsiness from losing blood. Oh God, Thorn's losing too much blood, Fred said as he grabbed the rags to stop the bleeding. Dog! Velma called. Seeing Dog race to the hallway. Thorn's losing too much blood. Her wound opened back up again, Velma said, led Dog to the crime scene. The cat creature's lifeless body had been dead in less than an hour. My arm's bleeding again. Oh God, I think it got my artery. Thorn was cut short when she passed out. Damn it, that cat creature must have opened the stitches again, Dog cursed as the two doctors and a few nurses walked in. Is Thorn okay? Shaggy asked. She's not dead. She just passed out from losing a lot of blood, Dog replied, as the doctors brought a stretcher in and the nurses took a look at her open wound. You are sure good to have doctors here, Daphne said, seeing Thorn being taken into the emergency room. Well, I've seen worse before. I was shot by a group of raiders that tried to raid our stockade 3 weeks ago, Dog replied. If it wasn't for my son, I wouldn't be here right now. I hope Thorn will survive. We've been through worse, Velma sighed. Thorn woke up hours later in a lit room. Her eyes were hurting as they were adjusting to the light of where she was. She slowly looked around. She could see a heart monitor attached to her, and then she can look in her arm to see where her wound was. It was bandaged up properly, and she even had a blood pack attached to the arm where she had the wound on. Thorn was freaking out on the inside, but remaining calm on the outside. On her arm there was no injury, but it was attached to it was an IV bag. Thorn wasn't sure as to what happened or where she was. She has been blacked out for a couple of hours at most. So she turned to see Daphne on the chair, scrolling for her phone. When Daphne looked up, she could see what Thorn was that she was awake. You're awake. We were really scared back there, Daphne said, happy that Thorn was awake. What happened? My eyes hurt. My arm hurts. My head hurts. Everything hurts, Thorn said, and asked as her eyes were finally adjusted to their surroundings. You passed out from blood loss, and the cat creature that attacked you reopened the wound you got, Daphne explained. You lost a lot of blood, but you're lucky to be alive. Oh, that's what happened? Sorry about that, Daph. I've been out for a while, and I don't remember what happened before I was passed out, Thorn replied. Doctors had attached the IV to you and the blood pack. They want to make sure that you're hydrated, as well as replace any blood you lost, Daphne said, as Thorn sat up. She could already feel the pain in her body, but she ignored it. My wound opened back up when the cat creature attacked, and I lost a lot of blood, Thorn replied. Dog said that the doctors had restitched the wound back up, and they had to make sure it didn't get infected. That's why they wrapped your arm up, Daphne said. At least you're okay. I'll let the others know. Just then Luna and Dusk showed up. Thorn, we're so glad you're awake, Dusk said as she and Luna gave Thorn a hug. The doctors did say that you're going to be okay, with some rest at least, Luna added. Yeah, I feel like shit right now, girls. My body aches so much, Thorn groaned in reply. Yeah, you got attacked by the cat creature good, Dusk said. Dog says you'll be fine with some rest. And you're staying put today. We don't want you to get even more hurt or worse, Luna said, as the pregnant woman walked in. It happened to be Jody. She was the same girl that the Hex Girls Shaggy and Scooby and Ox found on the streets not that while ago. Jody? You're a nurse? Thorn asked, sounded surprised. Why, yes, I am. I was a nurse before the outbreak, Jody began. I just got on maternity leave when this all started, and I was in a group of survivors when it happened. That sounds rough, Daphne replied. Where was your husband or boyfriend when this started? Well, he sadly died. Jody began to tear up. He helped me get away from the group of survivors, and that's when the zombies started surrounding my house. I got lucky and got away with my group, and my husband, well, he didn't make it. I'm sorry. I'm sure when he did, he wanted you to have this child, Thorn said, giving Jody support. He would have been an awesome dad. Sometimes I wonder what kind of dad he would have been if he was still here, Jody replied. Anyways, I've come here to make sure you're okay. Mr. Ink and Dog told me what happened. I was asleep when the whole screaming, yelling, and fighting was happening. I'm okay, but everything I feel hurts, Thorn said as she groaned in pain. Dog explained to me what happened, and you're very lucky to be alive, Jody replied while taking notes. I'll be good as new as soon as I'm better. I have no other symptoms of blood being restored in my system, other than feeling weird, Thorn said. Okay, that's mainly why Dog wants to make sure that you're not having any symptoms of blood poisoning, Jody replied. I'll let Dog know how you feel. The doctors might want to change your bandages on your arm. I understand. I got that cut that had been restitched, Thorn groaned, as she was leaning on her arm a bit. Ugh, it hurts. Try not to lean in with your arm so much. We don't want to have the stitches come undone again, Jody said. So besides some pain, is everything fine? Yes, Jody, everything's good, Thorn replied. Just then Jody left the room, as Luna placed a hand on Thorn's shoulder. Knowing that the shit that everyone has been going through, they know that the zombie outbreak will end eventually. However, though, it would take some time, to which no one knows when. We've survived the outbreak this far, and we'll get through this, Luna reassured her friend. Dog wants you to rest today. Means no missions as you're taking time to recover. Okay, that's what I'll do, Thorn replied. Just then Lunar came in, armed up and ready to go. Luna, Dog wants us to track down where the other two cat creatures are, Lunar said. Did he manage to track them down? Luna asked, turning her attention to Lunar. He then nodded. I've got a mission to do now, Thorn. Just rest up and don't leave this room. I won't. You both two go ahead, Thorn replied. She then lay back down on the hospital bed. Then in the next room, Daphne walked to see Fred, Velma, looking at some photos and files on a table. She walked up to them and looked at the files and photos as well. Hey, Daph, how's Sally doing? Fred asked. She's okay. She's not going to be going anywhere for a while, Daphne replied. So what's going on? Dog was able to locate Max, Steve, and Laura's hideouts in this part of Fairview. Velma pointed out a building that looked like a hideout. That hideout is known as the Psychonomicon Bunker. Rumors say that there is doctors and scientists there. Whoa, that looks like it's all the other way of the other side of Fairview, Daphne said in surprise. Indeed, we'll need a vehicle to get there. Once we're all ready, we'll stop the cat creatures, Fred stated. That one that Thorn killed last night was Jacques, the ferry driver from Moonscar Island, so Simone and Lena are still out there somewhere, Velma said. Lunar and I are going to go do a mission. Dog's ordered you guys to take a few army men with you to get them supplies, Luna said to Fred and his friends. We better get moving, Velma said, as she, Fred, and Daphne got ready to go on a supply hunt. An hour had gone by, and Luna and Lunar were walking down the streets of Fairview. Not knowing where they were, they had to look for any ammo, weapons that would be useful, etc. They had came across a woman with two heads that she didn't notice them, as she was in the distance. What's that? Luna asked. That's a siren. If she notices us, she'll alert the horde and we'll have to fall back, Lunar replied, as he then aimed his sniper rifle at the zombie with two heads. He held his breath and took a shot at it. Once he had taken the shot, the zombie dropped dead to the floor. Nice one, that was a headshot, Luna complimented. I could teach you that sometime if you like, Like combat practice we can, Lunar said, as he winked at Luna. The two of them then walked into a junkyard when they saw a huge zombie with spikes on its arms. That's a bone. You and your friends hit one of them on your way here. Yeah, he sure scared the shit out of us, Luna replied as she took her hunting rifle and shot the bone in the head. He dropped dead just like how the siren did. Just as Luna and Lunar approached a house in the junkyard, they bypassed some zombies that had noticed them walking in the junkyard. As soon as they were inside, Luna and Lunar looked around for some supplies. They soon found a machine gun in a chest near a bed. Lunar was surprised. Holy shit, we found the ultimate weapon, Lunar said, as Luna then showed up beside Lunar. Oh my, this is a badass machine gun, Luna replied. What is it called? It's called the GUA-19, a legendary rare weapon. Dog has many of those. He's planning to give them to you guys since you're going to need to stop the cat creatures and those scientists that Mystery Inc. dealt with them in Scorpion Ridge, Lunar explained. They told you about that? Luna asked. Yeah, they did, Lunar explained. Blamed again. Those weapons will work for the infected as well, Luna stated. Yeah, and we have a lot of engineers working on more weapons, Luna replied. When the two walked out of the house, they saw a siren in the distance that had noticed them. She let out a loud scream, alerting the infected. Even the mutated ones heard it as well. Shit! Run! Luna instructed, as she and Luna ran as fast as they could out of the junkyard. As soon as they got out of the junkyard, there was a huge bloated zombie showed up at the left of the two. They looked to see left a bloated zombie, who happened to be big and one medium. Bloats, they'll explode when you kill them, so I'll advise you stay out of their way when you kill them, Lunar advised. Then he and Luna ran down the road the way they came back to Dog's stockade. When they approached the entrance of the stockade, Dog was already up there with his guards, and they saw that Luna and Lunar were approaching the entrance. Once again, they had to show Dog and his guards proof that they were not bitten, before they were allowed back inside the stockade. Once they entered the safe area, Luna and Lunar showed them machine guns that they had found in the junkyard. Excellent, you two. Mystery Inc. are doing their chores as well as their duties. Daphne and Fred, along with Velma, returned not too long ago, and Thorne is doing fine now. That's great to hear. Where's Rose? Luna asked. Rose said that she and some of our police officers headed out to Project 13. They're on the radio with us, so they said that maybe Chief Jackson can help you guys, Dog said, as they walked inside the stockade towards the medical unit to see Thorne exit out. She's free to go, says the doctors, but would recommend that she keeps her arm stitches up and wrapped up well to avoid infections or having the wound open up again, one of the nurses said. That's great news to hear. How are you doing, Sally? Luna asked. I'm doing okay. My body was hurting earlier, but they're not hurting as much. Jody gave me some painkillers to take, Thorne replied. Jody is the pregnant nurse, right? Lunar asked Thorne with a question, to which Thorne replied with a nod. Jody can have the baby at any day now, Dog. We got supplies here, but we could use more just in case, Velma said, as she with Mystery Inc. approached the leader. Luna and Lunar, they all nodded. We'll have to get the medical supplies. We do have some, but they're not the best equipment to deliver a baby, Dusk added. I can go down to the hospital and get them a few blocks down, Thorne volunteered. Are you sure about that, Thorne? What about your arm? Daphne asked. The nurses says that I'll be okay. Even Jody says that as well. As long as I keep the stitches wrapped up, no infection will worsen it, and the stitches won't open back up again, Thorne reassured her friend. If you say so, me and Daphne will go with you, Velma stated to Thorne. For a few extra hands, I'll go too, Dusk said as she handed Thorne a shotgun. Where did you find this shotgun? Dusk asked. I found it in the junkyard part of the stockade. I tested it out and it's more powerful than the one used at Nastia's hideout, Dusk replied. I'll take it so that's where you got where the nearest hospital is? Thorne asked. The nearest hospital is about a few blocks down to the right. Be careful though, Dog said. I hear there's a mother nearby the hospital. Is that another type of infected? Velma asked. Yes, it is, and she has all 4 arms and a swollen stomach with a mouth and an eye on it, Dog stated. Sounds like to me she was infected while pregnant. We'll have to be on the lookout for her, Thorne replied. Yes, but be careful out there. We'll alert you if something happens with Jody, Lunar said as Thorne nodded. When Fawn, Daphne, Dusk, and Velma exit out of the stockade, they headed right for the hospital on the way there. They encountered some zombies, to which they managed to kill most of them without making any sound to distract the zombies with melee weapons. They approached the hospital front doors as Velma looked inside to make sure there was no one inside. Upon looking inside the hospital, the coast was clear. "Coast is clear, girls. The maternity ward is on the 3rd floor," Velma said, as she slowly pushed the door open to let herself in, as well as Dusk, Fawn, and Daphne inside. Once they all snuck into the hospital without alerting any zombies, they looked around. Once inside the hospital, they started to look for some clues as well as supplies. They headed for the elevator that would take them all the floors of the hospital. The only problem was when they got to the elevator that there was no power in the building. "Power's out. We'll have to take the stairs to the 3rd floor. When we get there, we'll grab anything that'll be useful for delivering a baby," Fawn said as Dusk, Luna, and, Velma and Daphne all headed upstairs till they reached the 3rd floor. Once they were on the 3rd floor, they walked down the hallway to find a storage area with supplies. "The supplies have to be here somewhere. We can look?" Dusk asked, and then Fawn looked to see a shadowy figure, standing about maybe 15 feet away from them. The girls pulled out their weapons and slowly approached the figure. "Hold it right there. We're not going to hurt you. Please speak up if you're infected or not," Velma ordered, the figure then standing right in front of the door as it turned its attention to the girls. "I recognize who you are. You're Velma from Mystery Inc., said the familiar voice. It revealed to be Steve as soon as he stepped in and reached the flashlight. "Steve, you're one of the scientists that we had you arrested during the alien shenanigans," Velma said in surprise. "You're right on that. Laura, Max, and I escaped from prison while the zombies started to roam Fairview," Steve replied. "I know who the Hex Girls are. You're with Dog in the stockade." "How do you know about that?" Daphne asked. "I've been spying on you guys since you showed up in Nastia's hideout. We brought back the cat creatures before the mysterious virus broke up, turning the dead into mutated zombies." Steve answered, "We used a book on the frontier of the dead. We used it to bring the cat creatures back to life. The rumors are that book has also brought out the mysterious virus as well. So that book is also turning the living into flesh-eating zombies. Dog knew it was you guys. We have proof at his stockade for yourself," Velma taunted. "Oh, I'm so scared. I don't give a fuck. What brings you into this floor? Is someone pregnant? Wait, is it Daphne?" Steve then asked Daphne as her expression turned from calm and collected to pure rage. "Take that back what you said. I'm not pregnant," Daphne snapped. "This is an insult to me, especially to women who are not pregnant." "Yeah, you could talk about that to Daphne. You can't talk like that, you piece of shit. Come here where I can pummel your ass down," Dusk taunted as Steve ran towards Dusk, before her and Fawn pummeled him to the ground. As Steven was struggling to get up from under Dusk and Fawn's weights, Fawn did notice a bite mark on Steve's arm. He was bitten. "Holy shit. Steve's been bitten," Fawn said. "He could turn into a zombie any moment now. Shit." Dusk and Fawn were now soon thrown off by Steven as he began to vomit blood and some radiation acid. The girls watched helplessly as Steven transformed into an irritated zombie. He looked at the girls and snarled. "Oh my god, he's been bitten. And now look what he's transformed," Daphne said in shock. "And mutated as well. We saw him coughed up acid and blood," Velma said, as Fawn and Dusk grabbed their weapons to fight off the now zombified Steve. "We'll fight him off. Get that door to the storage room open," Fawn instructed, as Velma and Daphne did what they had to try to get the storage room open. While that was going on, the zombified Steve started to fight Fawn and Dusk. And as Fawn ran around to find a weapon, Steve vomited towards Dusk's direction as she jumped out of the way within a second. Fawn grabbed the machete that she could find, and once she got behind the zombified Steve, she hit him in the back of the head, followed by the machete hitting the skull. There was a sick cracking sound as the zombified Steve fell to the floor. "Holy shit, that was close," Dusk said as she got up from jumping out of the way from the radiation vomit. "Yeah, he transformed into one of those irritated zombies that vomit acid," Fawn said as she heard a click of the storage room unlocking. "We got the door open, and just in time too. I wasn't sure how much longer we would be," Daphne said. Then the girls headed inside the maternity storage room. Upon entering inside, Velma grabbed her backpack as she and her friends began to grab the supplies. They stuffed the backpack with as much supplies as they could. Once they packed as much as they could, the backpack was full. "You think this will be enough?" Daphne asked. "I'm sure it will be enough. I do know Dog's got more medical stuff. Extra of those will come in handy," Velma replied. "Yeah, she does have a point. I think we're good here," Dusk said. "Yeah, let's get out of here, or we may alert a horde somewhere in this hospital," Thorne said. Then the girls headed down the stairs and out of the hospital through the front doors. Once they walked out of the hospital, they started to walk down the quiet, dead street. "There's something about Luna and Lunar. I've noticed that they've been together for a few days now, as friends. Like, I've noticed that they've been talking more. I think they like each other," Thorne said. "I think they do, but I secretly believe that Luna loves him," Daphne replied. "Me and Dusk would tease Luna about her liking a guy when that was back during Oak Cave and Autumn Fest. Last time we did, she made us play drinking games with alcohol." Thorne chuckled a laugh. "Oh damn, she must have made you guys get wasted." Daphne chuckled back. "Yeah, we did. And now with Steve dead and over with, I think there is a way to end the living dead and the cat creatures. Like having the world go back to normal. Like back where it was," Thorne said. "Where the hell did you learn about that?" Daphne asked. "Before Steve mutated one of those infected guys, I think the spell book we got was fake. He said he had something about a spell book of some kind, but I don't think Dog mentioned it or anything. But I think it's the book to break the spell," Thorne replied. "How will a book break the spell? It's not like an Evil Dead movie or anything. How good would that will do?" Daphne questioned. "Well, the actual real book, spell book, is called The Frontier of the Dead. Steve, along with Max and Laura, used it to bring the cat creatures back to life. There's rumors that the book may have brought the mysterious virus out as well. So that book can also turn the living dead into flesh-eating zombies. So if we could find that book somewhere, there is a chance we could break the spell," Thorne answered. "By breaking the spell, it will kill the cat creatures and turn the world back to normal. Me and the zombies are humans again." "That sounds like a great idea. I know it's a crazy one, but I'm sure that will do us good," Daphne said. "I could tell the gang about it. We can also explain that to Dog about it as well. I heard you two talking about that book you mentioned. Steve did say about that, and what information you're saying, Thorne, is true, might be true. We'll have to have a meeting about it tonight. We'll have to find the book. It could be anywhere, either in Max or Laura's possessions. That book you brought is pretty much fake," Velma stated. "Either the book we have, we'll have to snatch it away somehow," Dusk piped in a statement. "Here's a car, and it says South Station Scorpion Ridge on it," Velma pointed out. The cars are the words she read. It was the car that was a few feet from them. "Let's check out the car. There might be some useful stuff too," Dusk said as the girls headed for the car. Once they approached the car, they looked to see that no one was around. "No one's around, so maybe Steve, Max, and Laura must have abandoned the car," Daphne said as she opened the hood of the car. "The car's been scrapped clean of parts, so we won't have to worry about the car making a lot of sounds to alert the horde." "That's good news. Hey, I see a book in the back seat," Thorne said as she saw how smashed up the window of the back of the car where it was. She had no problem opening the car from the inside. "What kind of book is it?" Dusk asked. "It says The Frontier of the Dead. This is the spell book that Steve was talking about earlier," Thorne replied. She then reached inside the car to grab the book. Upon getting the book, however, she found a sniper rifle in the back of the car. She both grabbed items and then grabbed the book to hand to Dusk. "This book will help us kill the cat creatures and help us turn the zombies back into humans, and the world will go back to normal," Dusk said. "The sniper rifle can help us too, so we better get back to Dog's stockade and show everyone this book. This book can help us. But I wonder why Laura, Max, and Steve would abandon it," Thorne wondered. Then the girl saw a mutated zombie with two heads about 20 feet away from them. "That's a siren, girls. Dog said about who those two are," Dusk said. Thorne then positioned the sniper rifle and then looked through the scope. Are you great at sniping?" Velma asked. "In video games, yes, but here not really," Thorne said. She took a deep breath and she fired 2 shots at the siren's 2 heads. They both dropped dead upon getting shot, to which it didn't alert any zombies nearby upon the noise. "It was a nice shot you made," Daphne said to Thorne. "Thanks, I was kind of knew how I could do it." "Let's then head home with the book to show everyone," Thorne replied. All the girls left the car and then headed back to Dog Stockade. But however, when they got to the entrance of Dog Stockade, they heard a scream from one of the nurses inside the stockade. That was meaning something was probably going wrong.